to you by Gospel of God's Grace Ministries, bringing hope to the hopeless. The grace of God is sufficient for you.
The grace of God is sufficient for you, church.
Amen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Goitsemodimo Maja. I'm from Savina, but I'm residing in Tlokwe. I'm a student at Both University. I first came to this ministry in November 2016, last year, yes. The problem that brought me here was the constipation. It was my major problem that made me to come here. But this problem started in 2015, but it was not yet severe. It was just not yet serious. At that time, what was happening was that when I go to the toilet, I could struggle, but not that much. At the end, I will ease myself. But as time went on, the previous year, 2016, towards the end, I started having a problem whereby for me to go to the toilet, I have to use at least milk for me to make my stomach to relax at least. It continued like that. I wanted to go to the hospital, but I kept on procrastinating. From day to day, I'll say, I'll go tomorrow, I'll go tomorrow, I'll go tomorrow, until the year ended. So in January, I decided, no, look, I have to go to the hospital and run some tests to see what is actually happening to me, because I did not know much about what was happening. So I went to the hospital, I narrated, I explained myself to them. At that time, with this constipation, I was also feeling fatigued. I was always tired. I could not do anything for a long time. I will feel tired. I have headache. I had back pain. And that was all the problems that I narrated to the nurse, and as well eye problems. So this was my story before meeting the man of God. Last Sunday, man of God announced that there will be a one-on-one session on Monday.
Yes, before we go to the prayer line, you just explained that you used to go to the hospital, you explained everything to them. Did they give you any medication to subside the situation or to arrest the problem?
Yes, actually when I went there, I thought they will run some tests to check what is my problem, but they just gave me the medicine. Then I thought, no, it means the problem is over. I brought the medication here that they prescribed to me.
Yes, sir, you are welcome to show us the medication and explain to us how the medication works.
Yes, this one they say it's a laxative. You have to insert this one in your anal area. Like they say you insert it twice. In the morning, when you wake up, you open it, you hold it behind, you moisten it, and then you insert it in your anal area. But it was not effective as well.
So what will happen if you don't insert the tablet?
If you insert this tablet, it will actually work in your rectum. It will make all the stools there to be loose. It will make your system to relax and you lose. So this other one, they say it's liquid paraffin. You drink it, but it's not good. It's not feeling good at all. The smell and the taste is not good at all. It's like you are drinking the actual paraffin. So you have to drink it. As you can see, it's oily, and you know what oil does. When you drink oil, automatically your stomach becomes loose. And if you are not careful, if you are not closer to the toilet, you'll have problems. These ones, you had to chew them. They also worked with relaxing your stomach. These two together, they will form a bomb in your stomach. In fact, immediately when you take them, you'll hear your stomach, it will begin to rumble. Somebody in a distance will begin to hear those sounds, and it's so embarrassing, you know.
So these are the things that you have been using all this time.
Yeah, and this one is aspirin. It's a painkiller. I was using it to relieve the back pain and the headache.
And for how long you have been using those medications?
This medication, like I said, that I was always procrastinating to go to the hospital. I just went beginning of this year, like around the 6th or so. Yes, this was my life prior to my meeting with the man of God on one-on-one session this previous Monday. Like I said, this problem of constipation, it happened to cause other problems, like I believe it caused the problems like heartache and the back pain. So the problem of heartache, it caused me to lose the concentration, because immediately when heartache starts, I will not concentrate. I will not read again. I can concentrate for only 20 minutes or so, and there will be concentration lapse because I have to listen to my head. And the back pain as well, I cannot sit for a long time in a chair. I have to position myself in another position or stand up to try and relax or relieve myself. So that was it. And as well, my performance started dropping because I lost confidence in my academics. I was lazy. I started being lazy because of fatigue. When I want to read, I will fall asleep before I read. And all of a sudden, the examination is closed and you are blank, you know. But oftentimes, like the previous semester, we were compiling a report, and I had to use the computer for a long time. And having a problem of headache and the problem of, I started to have problems with concentration, and my report, it did not give me the marks that I expected, but it was satisfactory. And as well, I started losing confidence in my dream. I had a dream whilst I'm a student to achieve the best. So as my GPA was declining, I started to lose confidence that I would make it. Before I went to the hospital, I used to buy milk, like every week I'll buy milk to drink milk to try and make my stomach loose. And it was helping temporarily. Without the medication, at least I would take 3 to 4 days without going to the toilet. But as well, if I have to go to the toilet, oftentimes I will just release the air and nothing will happen. Or sometimes it will be just facing difficulties.
Yes, take us through your journey to the one-on-one.
Yes, on Sunday, man of God announced that there will be a prayer line on Monday, and the registration was on after service on Sunday, and I registered. On Monday, I came here. With me, I had the medication and the medical report with my complaints. So the man of God was praying for people in the prayer line, and he came to me. He asked me, "What are you using this medication for?" And I told him that this one I use it because of the problem of the constipation. and he asked me to narrate the problem to him. I narrated the problem to him.
Brought to you by Gospel of God's Grace Ministries. Healing.
You've been going to the toilet with complications.
Yes, sometimes I can go in and
So these things are for what?
this one is for rash. This one is the one that I should insert under there, so that they say it will make it easy for me to go to the toilet. Right?
For how many years have you having this constipation?
For 2 years now, sir.
You are here believing the Lord to set you free.
Yes.
Je suis BMM with a problem of constipation for 2 years now, holding the medication of which the doctors have given me.
Did you insert this thing when you came here?
Yeah, no, today I did not insert it.
But every time before you go to the toilet, you must put this thing on us.
Yes, I did it twice.
Without it, you cannot.
Yes.
This one is for what?
This one is for headache and leg pain.
This one.
This one is for rash, which is spreading around my body.
Did you ease yourself today?
No.
So you go and free yourself.
Thank you, Jesus.
You don't need any camera, you will tell us. Okay?
Thank you, Jesus.
Just go there. Go.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I'm free. Amen.
Mr. Maja, during one-on-one service with the man of God, Prophet Cedric, we saw you narrating your story to the man of God, and after that, the man of God prayed for you. Now, can you take us, what was the experience after the one-on-one prayer?
It was awesome because for the first time, in fact, the man of God asked me before, did you ease yourself today? I panicked because I used the medication before and I went to the toilet. So I forgot. I don't know what happened. But the same day he said, you'll go and ease yourself. You are all right. You have to go home. You are fine. So I believed. And the following day, in the morning, I just went to the toilet and it was so easy. In the afternoon, I went to the toilet again.
People of God, put your hands together for Jesus Christ.
I thought maybe, let me wash it again. The following day, I went to the toilet once again, and it continued like that until today.
Everything now is up to normal. Put your hands together, people of God. Glorify Jesus with your hands. After one-on-one prayer with the man of God, Prophet Cedric, on Monday, first day in the morning, you went to the toilet and everything was normal. Everything was okay. You did not struggle.
Yes, evangelist.
Shall we put our hands together, people of God, once again? Glorify Jesus with your hands. Tell us about the fatigue, because you said you have a fatigue and you will always feel tired and you have some headache. Tell us, are you free from the fatigue? Are you free from the headache? Are you free from all those pains?
Yes, I no longer have a headache because normally when I read for a long time, I will feel this headache and I will feel fatigued, which means I have to stop whatever I was doing. But these days, it's not the case. It has changed. I can read for as much as I can, and I can concentrate. I no longer have headache or anything that is disturbing me.
People of God, give Jesus a hand of praise. Glorify Jesus with your hands. Are you confirming to the church that as you are standing there, you are now completely free from the problem of constipation? You are free from dizziness. You are free from headache. You are free from back pains. Are you free? Are you healed?
I am free. I am healed.
People of God, once again, put your hands together. Yes, so before you close your testimony, we see a paper on the board. How do you relate it to your wonderful testimony?
This one was the medical report. It's just outlining the problems that I was narrating to them, as you can see here. This one is the one that I had to go to Marina for the eye clinic because I was also having this eye problems. So they said I have an appointment on the 2nd of February.
Glory be to God. Shall we put our hands together once again for the King of Glory? Mr. Maja, since now you have received your healing, you are completely delivered from that problem. What are you going to do with those medications that you receive from the doctor now?
In fact, this medication, if it was not for the testimony, I would have long thrown them away. But I just brought them here because I have to show people of God the actual evidence. But from here, I just have to throw them away.
Glory be to God. Put our hands together once again for Jesus. Thank you very much for that wonderful testimony. We advise you to continue to be faithful to God so that God may continue to be faithful to you and maintain that deliverance that you have received from Him.
Amen.
Brought to you by Gospel of God's Grace Ministries, bringing hope to the hopeless. The grace of God is sufficient for you.